Guillermo Mash here for the August 2016 Without a Roof program. It's my real distinct pleasure. I've gotten to know this young man that we're going to be talking with here a little bit. Street name Jay, but he's been doing some internship here with Youth for Justice on Wednesday mornings, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his situation and how he's been out here on the street a month or so, living homeless in Chico, man.
I just want to clear something up. I've been technically kind of homeless for a month, but not on the streets. I've been crashing at friends and family. I've just been homeless since a couple weeks ago. I'm fresh out of high school. I had to leave for a program down in Sacramento. I'm kind of having a little problems with that right now. So I'm on the streets looking for temporary work, just doing what I can to get by. But a lot of things that have happened haven't really been going towards my way. But it's just things happen. That's what I've been living by right for the past couple weeks. Pretty much, I had to leave to get a taste of the real world, as some people would say it. But I'm still getting help from them.
So you've been out on the street for a month. Why don't we kind of do the good of being on the street, and not that there's any good to it, but what kind of things have you encountered that have been real helpful for you out here on the street, Jay?
Well, last week I was assaulted and had some stuff taken from me. But I learned that day that, yeah, it happens. But you know what? Things come and go. Some of the things that they took from me, I can replace. Some of it, not really in the sentimental value, but I can get those replaced. I can talk to my family again, and probably get some from them again. But that actually helped me with realizing that, despite what people say about being on the streets, it's not as easy as it sounds. I was attacked around 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was half asleep. And that's just one thing. Another thing is, there are a lot of different places out there that you can go. It's not necessarily you can't go, it's just your choice of, it's just your choice. There is no possibility of saying you can't go. I mean, you can go, you might get turned away, but at least you can get information about it. That's what I did one of the first days I was on the streets. I went to a shelter, and I was told they don't accept new people between a certain time. So I came back the next day, in that time frame, and I got set up. Just haven't gone back due to certain issues. They had, and as far as I know, still a bedbug problem. I had stuff stolen, and the food did not sit well with me, in the sense that I was getting sick off of it.
How was the dorm setting? I know that's really hard on a lot of people. Was it hard on you, or what was that situation like?
For some people, it would have been hard because of the lack of privacy. But from what I know about the male dorms, it's just a big room with 30 to 40, 45 bunk beds, and there's chargers everywhere. But it's just, there's no real privacy. You have to go down to the bathroom down the hall to get any sort of form of privacy, but that bathroom's a communal bathroom for men. And the dorms, it's kind of hard to sleep sometimes, especially if you're used to having a bit of privacy. I'm used to having to sleep in places with other people. That part didn't get me. It's the part of where's my stuff, and like I said before, the bed bugs. I move around, making sure I can get situated in a different spot, make sure I'm still moving.
How helpful has 6th Street Center for Youth been here in downtown Chico?
6th Street has actually helped me a lot. When I went down there the first time, I was put into the system, and I started getting the basic services. Didn't know I had to, in order to get the other services, I had to get the assessment and all that. So I'm in the process of doing that, but even then, I'm getting food, I'm getting clothing, I'm staying in a place that keeps me off the streets from 10:30 to about 5:30 in the evening. On Wednesdays it opens at 12, but even that amount of time, it helps a lot. It helps me situate myself, figure out where I'm going, and it gives me people to talk to, people my age. It helps with the fact that if you're on the streets, one of the best things you can do is build bridges with other people your age, or people you know who can possibly help you. It's the fact that they are out there, but nobody really knows about them. That is kind of worrying.
How's the Youth for Justice program worked out for you? I've been coming 2-3 weeks now. How's that helped you?
I've been coming to Youth for Justice, as you asked, for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's only actually on Wednesdays big time because I think it's you who actually puts on the event afterwards. It's 5 to 10. But it keeps people like me off the streets keeps us off the streets for a little while longer, and actually helps us get to know each other, and helps us learn more about how places we can go to get help, places here in town where you can get water, maybe some gear and all that for if you're crashing on the streets. But it also gives us time to have fun, get to know each other, mess around. It's upsetting that it doesn't happen as often as a lot of us could hope for, because a lot of us, we're fresh on the streets and we need help. We need as much help as we can, as soon as we can. That's the thing about the streets, is you learn or you don't. But the 6th Street and the Youth for Justice Center, they are right next to each other, and they're kind of in, I don't know how to say, like, cahoots. They're like in joint working.
Well, since I'm the one that does that liaisonship, it's kind of like a working relationship. We go over there. Some of the youth have release forms signed and stuff like that. So, we kind of collaborated that. Arm's length, or unless there's a release form, so that the youth have said it's okay to talk to you. But it's been a real blessing to be able to do that. We've been doing the Wednesday program's been going since May of 2015. And we call it Youth Night at the Chico Peterson Justice Center. That's been going since the first middle of July is basically when we started. 1st of July, middle of July. So maybe one quick question to ask you, Jay, is giving us a nice insight on the backstory and what this first month on the street has been like. But maybe if you could give us a 30-second recap of what you really, really need right now. What do you think are the most important things that if you could get help with that? 1 or 2 things right now could make a big, big difference in your life.
1 or 2, possibly 3 things that would help me in my life is, first off, I'd have to say a good, solid permanent residence, even if it's temporary for my wait time here in Chico, waiting on the Sacramento project. A temporary job for them, maybe even one to go longer than I expect. And probably help with the daily necessities, like food, water, the bills, and all that. But it's honestly, people do bad rap the street, living on the street, but sometimes it's the street that gives you the wake-up call you need.
Thank you, Jay, for this interview today, and look forward to having you more at Youth for Justice.